Question 1. I've always wanted to navigate my personal problems and as well my mental health. And with the help of that, I did study in the past Cert 4 and Diploma of Community Service work in the past. Through the study, I became fascinated with the diverse range of services within the social work industry. It became clear to me that I wanted to learn more as I'm fully recovered wounded healer. As I looked through my personal attributes, I could see myself being a social worker. I'm a people person who likes to learn different cultures and urge of wanting to gain knowledge, of understanding of complexity issue. Social work profession, I could make a positive change by giving the community a hand to break down barriers to pursue a meaningful life to fulfill their goals. Question 2. I grew up of having freedom of choice. I believe nobody should be controlled, harm, torture, slavery, which will create lifetime trauma, development and disadvantage within the society. Social work works aligned with human rights values of forming equal society, respect of people, social justice. With that being said, it's also challenging as the state controls certain marginalised groups' lives to order to be accepted to receive social security and needs. For example, Indigenous community who are forced upon to receive cashless welfare card instead of physical cash to control what they're spending and their needs. It's challenging for social worker and the community of Indigenous as we have social justice. According to the Code of Ethics, to work with the Indigenous community to maximise their development and their well-being, to fight for injustice of post-colonialism upon to them. It's important to fight for injustice for Aboriginal community as is part of third generation of human rights, which allows them to make their own choices and justice within the collectivism group to practice their culture, their spiritual and their lands of rights as well. Question 3. I have a great listener who often enjoys long hours of conversation while problem solving with my friend's issue and complex issue that it requires me to be there and as well to be with the client. Social workers needs to be with the client as as clients sharing their problem, while we use interpersonal skills to help the client to build rapport and finding out the right answer. Honest. I'm a type of person who feel guilty of telling a lie. While I was working in Salvation Army, I have made a mistake at one point. I immediately reported to my manager, which later I get a compliment from my manager that I was the only worker in the store who's telling the truth of my mistakes. It's important not to tell a lie or give in unconfirmed information based on my common sense within the social work industry. Social work role is to be a good role model for a client, giving rights, guidance and trust to empower clients. Last question. I would like to work within the individual, families, partnership as it requires face-to-face building rapport through interpersonal communication skills to identify the barriers, roots and created complexity issue. Clients who needs help have more than one problem. It can be created by the social surrounding by people involved in their life. There's a multiple problem that created the issue that they cannot resolve on their own, which requires profession to step in to resolve the issue. Social work role is to maximise client well-being and fulfil their needs that enables them to chase the Australia dream.